You say like the School Days like Mal is either like a 10 or a 2.
I
was definitely one of those people who put it as a 10.
I know you did, you piece of shit. Because I know exactly what
is going on here?
I know what mindset you were in, where you were like, I'm in the fucking hood. I gotta say yes.
What is going on? Why am I sitting next to someone who gave School Days a 10?
School Days for me, that ending was like the most satisfying thing I'd ever seen in anime.
Okay. I will give you that. It was satisfying, but then I remembered like, I just sat through 11 of the most boring shit in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is big enough to redeem it.
Like the first 11 episodes was just like, I think I need anger management right now.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, I hate the main character so much.
Oh
and then,
my god,
and then
I hated
like
him.
the fucking orgasm you got at episode 12 where what happens and you're like, oh
yeah.
okay,
That for me,
god.
that ending for me made it a 10.
No.
Like I was I specifically remember I'm glad I went through those 11 episodes because I got to watch the most satisfying ending
That's bullshit.
I've ever seen.
Bullshit. That's recency bias, right? Because you're basing your review of how it ended, not how the absolute shit truck that you had to like shovel through.
Okay, no, but here's the thing, right? Like I've said this so many times in videos, but like the ending for me is so fucking important because like I had the exact
you got that goldfish brain, the one that like tunes everything out.
Because I had the exact opposite experience with Dead Man Wonderland.
No, I still like Dead Man Wonderland.
Because Dead Man Wonderland for me was amazing first 10 episodes, and the ending was just the most garbage, bullshitty, like, okay, we ran out of budget ending that I've ever seen, that it just completely ruined the experience.
But that doesn't mean it's a 1. I mean,
I didn't put Dead Man Wonderland.
What did you give it? What did you get Dead Man Wonderland?
The anime?
Yeah.
Like a 5.
What? No, it's better than a 5.
Because then I read the manga, and the manga's infinitely better.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought
because the manga actually ends.
Did you like the ending of the manga though?
It's better than the fucking anime.
I guess. I remember reading Dead Man Wonderland and I kind of liked what it did a little bit, but the ending I wasn't too big of a fan of in the manga.
Right.
But
I
anyway,
enjoyed it, even if it was like a mediocre ending, right? Like
at least you got an ending.
At least I got an okay ending, whereas the anime just left me wanting more, and I'm like, don't cock tease me like that after 10 amazing episodes.
I'm just trying to like wrap my head around how you could justify
the School Days.
Okay.
I've just been sitting here for like the past few minutes having a fucking mental breakdown by myself.
Let me rephrase, okay? I had so many opinion changes on the ending to School Days, like so many times.
Okay, so what would you give School Days now then?
Now I would give it a 6.
No.
Off,
Man.
I had a phase where I'm like, is this ending genius or is it the worst garbage that I've ever seen?
If I like, you know, if I make a character that is so fucking abhorrent and then I kill him off, you shouldn't be.
He's not even a good character. He's not a good character.
But that's exactly the reason why the ending was so satisfying.
It's satisfying, but it's just so fucking surface level. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't watch it again.
Because he like this protagonist is the one that we follow. He made this character dog shit on purpose, but then there's also little bits where he tries to make you like the guy, and that's the worst part. And that's what I fucking hate. It's like, no, don't try to make me sympathize with this cunt. he just had like a threesome in like class 3B. Like, what the fuck? He just had like he's supposed to be a dad or some shit.
I loved that's the one character development that what the fuck is Makoto had. That was his name.
Makoto, that was because he's so fucking bland.
Yeah.
I couldn't even remember I can't remember any of the character names.
I love the one character development Makoto had is that he started out as this like absolute simp for Sekai and then just turned into these most like fucking
Kotonoha. That was a fucking name.
He became like the Giga Chat. And the episode for me that made me like had to like pause and go like was like when they wanted to have like a threesome or something. I like paused it and I was like.
Chotto matte. Chotto fucking matte.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, no, and it was so like poor. Like, it was literally a porn plot. How it happened as well.
No, because it is a fucking porn plot.
Yeah, it was.
School Days HQ is a porn plot.
That's the worst thing about it, right? Is they try and sell you that it's not a porn plot, and then they hit you with the in front of my salad plot, and you're like, no, this isn't what I want. Like, and the fact that people on Mal had the fucking balls to be like, this is an artistic masterpiece of our generation.
I'm definitely that one guy who said that. I'm like, this ending is absolutely genius. You guys just don't. I think I gave it such a high score because I just appreciated the meta behind how the director and producer chose the literal worst ending of any visual novel in existence.
We horny as fuck, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Now that I'm like mulling it over, I think School Days' ending is But like, yeah, really freaking good. It's I like to keep it up to like kind of remind my audience that like, you know, I used to be like this. But now, obviously, I've changed my opinion on School Days and a lot of shows because as you said, I've had the room to grow.
Why is it every podcast I'm on, I can never escape School Days? Why? Why?
Remember, I was still bitter for like 2 years that you said like the watching Bakano subbed is better than dubbed. I was like, what? Well, you're chatting out of your ass.
I mean, I still stand by that point.
You're chatting out of your ass, man.
Look, I'll say that it's better, but I'm not saying that the dub is bad. The dub is good.
The dub's better than the
dub's
sub.
better.
It's better. It's just better.
Nah.
I think, at least for the notable ones, Panty Stocking, Bakano, and Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like, but Bakano is like, I watched the sub and I'm like,
Look,
this is shit.
Look, listen, to me, it's
we need
like,
to have you forcibly sit you down and watch the dub. And be
I've
like,
seen
enjoy
the dub.
It. How much have you seen of the dub?
I've seen it all.
Bullshit.
Yes, I have.
No way. No way.
Bakano is one of my fucking favorite anime. Of course I've seen the dub. And also because you won't shut the fuck up about the dub. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll listen to the fucking dub. It's not shit.
It is a shittier experience compared to the dub.
It is not shit.
Can you name any of the characters that you think are better in the sub than the dub? Like which ones you think are, or like is there any dub characters in it?
It's not particular characters. It's just overall. Because maybe it's because I did watch the sub first. I don't know.
It hit different.
I'm just saying maybe it's because I understand the language and I understand the small little inflections that might go over a lot of people's heads. That I appreciate the sub a lot more than most. Okay, but hold on. From your logic, right? You've only brought up Lad.
Yeah. Lad. Okay. Well, I think Isaac and Miriam are also better.
I think Isaac and Miriam sound the fucking same.
And fucking Miriam sounds like fucking Cream the fucking... What's the rabbit? That's it. Nutting every 2 seconds. And she says sugoi every 2 seconds. It is so grating seeing an American 1930s person going with a Tommy gun going sugoi. To anyone that hasn't watched this, you don't need to have watched it. But like again, and also in the dub, they cut out a lot of the reaction noises.
I don't mind it because it's fucking anime. Would he be able to punch the syphilis off his dick? I don't know.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So wait, are you telling me you've watched My Hero Academia season 1?
I finished season 1, yeah.
How come you've like never talked about this before?
Because it was like the most 6 out of 10 show I've ever watched. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like the second coming of Jesus. I think in the entire filmography of Quentin Tarantino films, Kill Bill is just one that I just forget.
Pulp Fiction isn't even like my top 5 Quentin Tarantino films.
Really?
Yeah. I think that like Inglourious Bastards, Django is better.
Django is not better.
Django is not better.
Django is better. What do you mean Django is amazing?
I'll agree. Inglourious Bastards is up there.
Inglourious Bastards.
Django though is not up there.
Django and Inglourious Bastards are both better than Pulp Fiction.
No.
And Kill Bill is better than Pulp Fiction. And what else has he done that's better?
What about like Jackie Brown?
Look. Maybe Django would have been like one of his best films. If not for Jamie Foxx. I feel like Jamie Foxx was so fucking dry.
Do you know who was originally casted?
Will
Smith.
Will Smith.
If they got Will Smith for that movie, legendary.
Holy shit.
Top one film.
He wouldn't have said half the shit.
Will Smith would have carried that movie. I had a similar thing with you where I finally watched the new Robert Pattinson Batman movie as well.
I love that
his
movie.
raging reviews.
I thought it was.
But I like Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I do too, but I thought that movie was boring as shit.
I thought it was okay. It was okay.
He was just too emo.
He was.
It was like if Bruce Wayne listened to a little bit too much My Chemical Romance, you know? Where it's like,
I wanted Robert Pattinson to be in the movie more as him.
He had six lines.
I did too. I did as well, but my God, it was just like every time he went on screen, I could fucking hear Boulevard of Broken Dreams just like in the fucking background.
Dude, the part that killed me was when he took the mask off and he has eyeliner. I'm like, did you just come back from a concert?
It's to help hide his eyes, okay? The mask isn't in the perfect
I could hear Welcome to the
typeface.
Black Parade when he took off the mask. I was like, you are so emo. It's just hilarious.
Because it's the color of his skin, right? He has to,
oh my God.
But I liked it. Was it too long? Yes, it was too long.
Yeah,
it was far too long. And the thing is, I just didn't think Batman as a character was an interesting character in that film.
I thought he was more interesting in this movie than he was at Batman Begins.
Really? Because I've really liked the Christian Bale Batman.
But I like him at The Dark Knight. At the Batman Begins, I wasn't really invested in it. I thought,
I did, because at least you got to see like a character arc in Batman Begins. It wasn't as interesting as Dark Knight. I actually think he was like Christian Bale was a more interesting character as Batman in Batman Begins versus the Dark Knight, where it was mostly about the Joker, right? But in the Batman, I thought
it started the same way it ended. In my opinion, where it's like Robert Pattinson is sad at the beginning of the movie, and he's just even more sad. At the end
because
of the
he's
movie.
broken. He's like a fucked up character because he's Batman. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, but like, it literally.
He's not supposed to be cool. This guy's a freak.
Yeah, but like I think they made it a little bit too on the nose with this movie. Whereas like, you know, with the Christian Bale ones, it's like, yeah, he's a little bit fucked up, but it's a little more subtle, I feel. Whereas like this one, like especially with the fucking eyeliner, I was just like, all right, I get it.
I like the
Batman, big boohoo, sad emo boy.
I've really liked the Riddler in the Batman. Like, I thought he was a really good. I thought he was a really, really good villain.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're comparing it to the Jim Carrey version, so you know.
No, in terms of like Batman villains and just superhero villains,
right.
And in general, I think he was a really, really good villain. I think like the Batman was much less of an interesting character versus the Riddler in this film, because I didn't really get a reason to really care about Robert Pattinson's character. I didn't really have a reason to care about Batman in this film.
The last hour was just far too long as well. Like it was just dragged.
It was.
I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I'm just a simp.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong, I love Robert Pattinson, and like his acting was good, but like he had far too little lines that were even interesting.
I'm hoping that the next one is like, you know, because we have Batman Begins. I hope it's kind of ups the ante a little bit more. Hopefully Dark Knight, but it won't be that good. But
because it felt like with the Batman, it just came in with the assumption that, like, the audience, like, you know Batman. We don't need to explain Batman. You already know his character.
Everyone knows Batman.
Yeah, everyone. But like, to me, I still want to see that character. I still want a reason to care about.
You want to see his fucking dad die again?
I mean, sure. Like,
no, not again.
Yeah.
Every God, there's so many of them. I hate it.
I did like though the fact that like the Riddler, they just made him out to be like a 4chan.
Yeah, but it's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what made it so interesting.
That's what made it interesting.
That's what made it interesting.
Is that they took an old villain and they made it like they modernized him.
Yeah.
You know, they made it relevant. They made it current. You know, same thing with what they did with the Joker, with that movie, with the recent movie that came out as well. I just thought with the Batman was just the most boring character out of everyone in that cast for me, because he barely had any fucking lines to begin with. Country music. As soon as we got to the Lake Tahoe, as soon as we got to like the Lake Tahoe area, the nature, like fucking nature valley everywhere, and Didas was like, put on some country music. I'm like, Didas, I'm not fucking putting on country music. And he was like, give me the phone, and he put it on, and started off with the classics Country Road, and then started putting on some other stuff I've never heard of, and I'm like, shit.
No,
I can't get this now. Shit.
Well, I am open to all sorts of music. Country is one that I just cannot
Country
do.
under any other circumstance, I'm like, no, get the shit out of here.
Kangaroo sausage. This is another one that
fuck is
I
this?
think is the best type of sausage you could have. Australians will agree with me on this. You can buy this at a supermarket. Kanga bangers, as we call them.
I just don't care about Attack on Titan anymore.
Okay.
That's just like, okay, it might be because, like,
How far did you get?
I got up to the naming convention. The final season, part 1.
Okay.
Wait, is that the correct term? I don't even know what the fuck
Yeah,
the
the
title of it
Doesn't
is.
the final season have 3 parts?
The final season is 3
And then
parts.
there's, in the third part, there's 2 parts.
Oh yeah, okay. So that means I got up to
Yeah.
part 2. I
Final
haven't
season,
watched
part
the
2.
I haven't watched the 3rd season, part 1 or 2.
Just the 2-hour-long.
The 2-hour-long
Okay,
ones.
okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got up to there. I
Of
think
shows.
I think that was my problem with especially the final season is that the naming convention is just so confusing.
I
that
actually think
every
it's taken away
time-
from the series.
Yeah,
in a
I think
way.
it has as well, to be honest. And I think that's why I just kind of lost interest
Bro,
because I'm like, they're not fucking taking this
make-
shit seriously.
This is not a take I'm hearing right now. Yeah, it
This
is
is the
dumb.
exact
It is
same
dumb.
reason why a lot of people struggle to get into Fate as well, because they look at a title and they go, I don't know where this is, canonically speaking, so I'm not even going to bother starting to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this
And
is
Attack on Titan just fumbled the bag at the end, in my opinion, to the point where, like, I can't take this shit seriously anymore. These naming conventions are garbage.
I mean, it's a very safe direction, is the direction it went in.
I was so checked out watching that season. I don't even remember that.
And it felt like
Like you were talking about it.
What
and
am I dealing
You were
with here?
talking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen.
I love endings that are fucked up. Endings that like leave you feeling hollow.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that sticks with me so much longer than
You don't like the school days, Andy.
that.
You literally just described the school days, Andy.
No,
so
that's
hypocrite.
That's just fucking your way out of like.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Speaking of great,
I'll say for Connor.
I'm trying to think video game.
yeah, I'm trying to think video games because
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen all the goats of anime.
Yeah. Not the modern goats though, Joey.
Well, there aren't any. So my favorite color is blue, but specifically like a metallic blue.
Shut the fuck up.
Why
What the fuck?
Shut the fuck up.
What? I like
We're
metallic
talking about
blue.
colors, all right?
Yeah.
Not
We're talking about
metallics
colours.
and bullshit.
Metallic blue. That's a
No.
color.
Anime
No, okay,
opening's
no.
pink.
Granted, Jujutsu Kaisen first opening at least is fucking great.
You're gonna be like Idol. That's like peak anime.
No, I
opening,
never
man.
enjoyed that opening.
Regarding
Motherfucker. I
think that's a crap opening.
Idol was a great opening.
It's
man.
such an annoying.
It's a
color.
good opening.
it's kind of a good.
Same with fucking
You just
Bling
don't like
Bong
the song.
Bong.
It's a
or
good
whatever the fuck.
opening.
It's such an annoying song.
Like it's really popular, but holy shit, it is a
It
good
can be
opening.
popular and a good joke.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Joey.
Things that are popular can't be good.
Oh, yeah, this era,
Okay.
a lot of the openings
Okay,
were fucking
okay.
popular and they were good.
All right. And
we've-
nothing
we've
happened
had-
last season.
And we've had how many seasons of My Hero Academia?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What are we on now? Like 8?
Yeah,
Yeah, but this was when My Hero Academia, I still
Oh,
very
my
much
fever.
enjoyed it.
The
I still,
fever.
my favorite fight of My Hero is still the very first All Might fights. Just something about that was just so pure.
Not gonna lie, bro. Don't remember.
The hype around that show was immense as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
My Dress Up Darling, for instance.
Oh
Who the
my
fuck's
God.
talking about that show anymore?
Well, that's because it doesn't have a season 2.
No, it's because the manga got mid. That's why.
Yeah, but also, yeah, the manga to get mid gone. I heard that from Joey.
Alright.
Horimiya?
I mean, yeah, Horimiya was garbage.
I keep forgetting that Goblin Slayer is the real title of the name, and I just keep thinking of Goblin D's nuts. I think my brain is broken.
When you just see a goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goblin Slayer was not good to eat.
Oh, you told us about this, right?
I used to eat the Starburst wrappers.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And it wasn't until very recently I found out I've been eating plastic my whole life.
Bro, you were not microplastic dosing. You were
Macroplastic.
You were macroplastic dosing.
Because in Japan, they have the rice paper packaging, the rice paper wrappers that they would have on some types of gummies, which is actually edible.
Yeah.
Right. So I would have those because they're edible because it's rice paper.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty similar consistency to the Starburst
it's not.
wrappers. It's
It's
just
like
a little bit
wax.
thicker.
No,
Did it
it's,
taste good?
No, it's like wax, dude.
I don't know because I thought it was like it must not have any flavor because
It
it's
must
like
have
rice
tasted
paper.
so bad.
No, it doesn't taste like anything. Oh, I did kind of think where it's like, oh, it is a little chewy, but like,
How many packs of Starburst with plastic on them do you think you've eaten in your life? Like, give me a conservative guess.
conservative guess.
Yeah, like
Okay, individual Starburst, I've probably had.
no, like a pack. So a pack is like what, like 10 there to 8, something.
I've probably had maybe 50 to 100.
You've probably had like a small slide's worth of plastic, like a kiddie pool slide worth of plastic.
probably.
What does your body just poop it out? Does you not think, why is there wrappers in my poop?
No, I've never checked.
You don't check. You didn't. When you take it a shit, you don't feel like the envelope on your ass cheek like brushing it.
No, I don't feel it.
They're like wrapping, like tickling your butthole, entering it.
No, not really.
What the fuck? I
Right.
feel like I would notice.
My stomach was just
A whole
really
pack
messy.
of plastic,
Yeah.
and you had no sensation of plastic in your poop.
No.
That's wild. That's crazy.
I think my opinion on it is, especially on a hot summer day,
Yeah.
a glass of sparkling water is way more refreshing than still water.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah,
What the
no.
fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
sorry, my hands are wet.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I
How is it more?
I cleaned them.
You know what? I'm gonna go for steak.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You said steak is mid.
No, steak is mid, but so is spaghetti. Oh, yeah.
That is all I'm saying.
Bro, I'll say it. outright, since we're already 1 foot in the grave at this point, I'll take a sausage over a steak any fucking day. There, I said it. I said it.
I like how we started this episode with Joey walking back his opinion a bit, and now that he has me, he's like, actually, fuck what I said 5 minutes ago.
I am back up now. I am invincible.
Fuck what I said 5 minutes ago. I'm going even deeper this time.
I'm going even deeper. I will eat a sausage over a steak any fucking day of the week. For me,
Saitama wins, right?
yeah, I'm gonna go curry.
Whoa, why is Saitama curry?
Well, because
Yeah,
you just said Goku,
Yeah,
versus Saitama.
Saitama.
So I
I was
assumed
like,
it was in that order.
I assumed. Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I think curry trumps fried chicken in my case.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, I'm
Don't
not
do
thinking of the children,
Yeah.
and because of that, I am voting burritos.
Oh my god.
So burritos goes through.
Sorry.
Oh.
Fuck them kids.
You guys are Asian. I don't want to be racist, but if you pick fried rice, it's racist.
It's racist. To who?
You're playing into stereotypes. You got to pick sausage. Join me.
No, I'm picking sausage.
Wait, really?
I'm picking sausage. I would put in like a A or a B.
I'm down for that.
All right.
All right.
Connect 4?
Yes.
Connect 4?
That's
Joe, you can't say S to everything.
no. Connect 4 is actually an S tier game.
Connect 4 is not an S tier.
It's
not an
fucking
S tier
fun.
game.
It is not an S tier.
not.
It's
It's
fun as an
not.
adult.
It's not an S.
not.
No,
It's
it's
not.
not. It's
Yes,
literally,
it is.
it
It's not.
sucks. It sucks to play as an adult.
Oh
and
my
it
god,
sucks.
you guys are fucking boring, bro.
It's D tier.
Connect
it's
Joey.
not.
Okay, so you want it in S,
A at least.
Why?
and you want it in D.
Wait,
I'm happy to-
make your argument.
Okay.
We can't just say A, D and not make an argument about it.
Because one, this was the one game that every fucking house had for some reason. It didn't have to be exactly this version, but some variant of it, right? Two, it's a super simple game to fucking figure out how to play, right? Super simple to learn and everything like that and get good at. And three, still fun as an adult.
it is not fun.
It's
as
not
an
fun
adult.
as an
Yes, it
adult.
It is not
is.
fun as an adult.
not fun.
Okay,
as an
sorry, all the fun's been sapped out of you, boring. But Connect 4, I'm defending Connect 4 till the day I die.
Connect 4 is like it breaks my mind when someone like is not good at Connect 4. Like
Yeah, that's
how do
why-
you not immediately just like be cracked at this game? You know?
Yeah, that's why it's fun to destroy plebs like that.
I always,
was
even as a
boring.
kid, I always preferred more traditional board games like chess.
Yeah, same here.
Checkers was way more fun.
Checkers is more fun.
Oh, you guys-
Literally,
Connect
any
4
other board game was more fun. Like,
Yeah.
even like Monopoly as a kid was more
Chess
fun.
and checkers, I was just
Chess.
small
Okay,
fist.
that's how you know
Sounds
Joe
like a
is a low
skill issue,
IQ,
yeah.
low IQ child.
Oh, yeah.
sounds like a skill issue.
I'm
to
100%
me.
a low IQ child, and Connect 4 was the GOAT.
Anime is not that good anymore. Factually incorrect.
I mean, I don't know about that, G.
Joey, you wouldn't know because you don't watch it
I don't
anymore.
know about that,
you know
G.
you wouldn't know because you wouldn't watch it
I
anymore.
watched like 3 or 4 seasons, maybe a year, and like they're good, but the rest of it is just probably shit that no one cares
What's the
about.
best era of anime, Joey? Go on. What's the best era?
Are we doing this again?
Yeah,
best era?
Why are we doing this
Like
again?
year?
No, just like the golden era,
Mid 2000s.
mid 2000s.
Yeah.
That's because you grew up in the mid 2000s, Joey.
No, it's because
it's because you grew up in the mid 2000s.
no, it's because we
Joey.
weren't fucking watered down with isekai dog shit that people forget once it's over.
Yeah, we were watered down with moe dog shit back in the day, Joey.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the moe shit. I don't care about the moe shit. It's the same thing, just different packaging.
I think Gaunt's right here.